Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this super bright and colourful birthday card to share with you. This card features so many of the new Fawn tropical stamps, dies and stencils. They all look so amazing together. So let's get started on what I needed to make this card. So I've got a white piece of cardstock, my two Can Do It stamp set and some black ink. And this is what I need for my first step. So I've got my cardstock in my stamping platform and I'm going to arrange all of the creatures on this one kind of just all over the place. Just spreading them out so that maybe the two cans aren't too close together and the big cats are on opposite sides as well. Once I'm happy with the positions, I'm then going to pick them up with my stamping platform, add some black ink and stamp them out. I'm then going to repeat this on the lower half to make sure that this white cardstock is covered with these cute creatures. I'm not going to be colouring these in today, which is so weird to have a card where I'm not doing any colouring really. There's a lot of inking, but no pens are being brought out today, so I'm actually going to be leaving these black and white. I did see something similar to this, but I can't remember where. I feel like it was either Instagram, Pinterest or Facebook, and I've been trying to track down the card that originally inspired this one. So if I do find it, I will update the description below so that you know where to find it and what I had seen that made me think to do this. So moving on to my next step. I've got my Distress Oxide inks kind of in a rainbow colour, and I'm just going to be picking similar colours to blend together to make the leaves multicoloured. I'm using red and purple at the top, and then I move down to some yellow and orange. On my other stencil, I use some cooler tones. I like doing warm tones on one and cool tones on the other just because these stencils are so well made so that when I use the other stencil, those cooler toned leaves just seamlessly fill in the pattern without having to think too much about where to put them. So while I'm doing this, I thought I would just say that I am so sorry for how I sound this week. I sound ridiculous. We have all been hit with another cold in this family. Only this time we all got it at once. The tummy bug we had a few weeks ago, we all had at different times. We just seem to be having no luck this winter for a family that literally does not go anywhere or do anything fun. We've been stuck at home for so long. And yeah, this winter just seems to have it out for us. I tried to wait as long as I could to sound as normal as possible, but I really didn't want to get too behind with my videos, and this is about as good as it's going to get for today. So as you can see, I have now switched out my stencil and I'm working on those cool tones. Doing the same thing, using two colours on each leaf and blending them together. And there we have it! How cute did that turn out? If I were to do this again, I might do some of those red leaves down the bottom and move some of those yellow ones up. But I just really tried to keep this as simple as possible, as my brain is just so tired and foggy this week after looking after the sick kids. So while my background does not have any dimension on it, I'm going to be adding my double-sided tape now. This just saves me doing it later and smushing the things that are on the front of my card. Moving on to some of the decorations. So I've got some white cardstock and I've cut out these gorgeous leaves. And I've cut out a tag. So I'm going to be using the same inks that I used on my background on each of these leaves. I'm just going to use my foam tool to cover the leaves and just blend them together a little bit. Once my leaves are done, I'm then going to add a little bit of sparkle just to make them stand out a little bit more. For my sentiment today, I'm going with Have a Wild Day. And although I have titled this a birthday card, Have a Wild Day works for a lot of different occasions. So it doesn't really have to be for a birthday. It could just be for something exciting. Now my background and these leaves are the same colours and I really didn't want these leaves to blend in too much. So I've cut out the same dies, but this time I've used some black cardstock and I'm going to offset them slightly so that these leaves have a little bit of a shadow. Something that I didn't do in this card that I thought of once it was finished, that I might do next time if I were to do the same background like this and I wanted to add pieces that were the same colours, I would probably layer my background with a piece of vellum just to tone down and blur up some of those lines a little bit so that these feature pieces would really stand out. I'm just using one of my little acrylic blocks here to help me push everything down and make sure it's nice and flat. Once my leaves were dry, it was then time to glue them onto the front. I'm just using my tag as a guide so that I know where I want to stick them. My tag is going to have some foam squares on the back, and that will be stuck down last. So after putting my little banner on with my sentiment, it was then time to remove the backing to my double-sided tape and adhere everything onto a card base. And there we have it, this card is complete. I love the way it turned out, it's very bright, very funky. I love the way that the animals aren't coloured in, and they're just there for a bit of decoration and to make the background more interesting. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe. I have recently hit my 2,000 subscribers, which is just huge and so exciting. I promise I'll do something a little more exciting when I'm feeling better. But until then, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who is sticking with me. I'm having so much fun bringing you all of these tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.